Previously on Ozsome Fun.
Warning, engine overload. Abandon ship.
I think we overreacted. The damage doesn't look as bad from down here. There's a village over there. Maybe they'll let us stay a while. I suppose you can build a wee place. For now.
I'm gonna get that idiot for crashing the ship. That fool made his spaceship out of wood. I'm saved.
And now, the continuation. 7 chevron is locked. Power output at 23%. Wow. Okay, send in the probe. That's you, McBacon. It's perfectly safe. It's the Stargate. Stargate, it's a great big world with a great big swirl. You can step inside to it. Oh, okay, you're ready. Uh-oh. Not again. Ozsome Fun! What is up, dudes, dudettes, and dudes who defy description? My name is Oz, and welcome to another episode of Ozsome Fun in Minecraft. In our last episode, I scored this amazing armor. If you missed it, click the clicky thing up there. Today, we need a proper Nether Portal, and I've prepared a little cosplay outfit, so let me get changed. Isn't it great? No, I'm not Elton John. I'm Daniel from Stargate. Because it's a Stargate-themed portal. Anyway, you've probably seen a Nether portal before. It's just an obsidian frame that you light with flint and steel. But that's boring. I want to make it much cooler. So let's start with some science. To light a portal, you can do it manually with flint and steel, like this. You can put them in a dispenser and trigger it that way. You can also use a fire charge, which is pretty cool, except they can travel in random directions, and you need to have a block at the back for it to hit. To close a portal, you can break the block, which takes forever. You can't use pistons because they don't move obsidian, and you can't push a block into a portal to break it. You can use TNT, although it will destroy any non-obsidian blocks in the build. Or you can also use flowing water. For the Stargate design, I've opted for a flint and steel dispenser activated by a button at the front. To switch it off, I've rigged a bucket of water to release a quick pulse. Now functionally, these are perfect, but creatively, they present some issues. First off, we will have to make sure that the design conceals all of this redstone. Secondly, even though the water dispenses super quick, it still has the potential to flood and damage both the build and the redstone. So with all that in mind, I'm excited to get started, so let's hit fast forward. Alright. The portal is complete, and this is by far the coolest Nether portal I've ever built in Minecraft, the Stargate. So let's have a little walkthrough and let's have a little close-up look. So first of all, the coloring and the texturing of it. If you look at the one in the film, the TV show, because the portal in the middle is casting light, it's lighter in the inside edge and then darker as it goes to the outside. So I've tried to replicate that in the color scheme here, where we've used some tuff and things like that going to the outside. Now obviously the actual Stargate is covered in lots of symbols, so we've tried to use blocks that kind of do that. We've used some buttons, we used these blocks, the creeper face blocks, and I can't remember what any of these new blocks are called, but we've used blocks that have patterns on them. And instead of the chevrons, we've gone for invisible item frames. Again, check out the description if you don't have that. It's a really great addition to the game, with some cut copper stairs that are rotated in different directions. I did explore a little bit in trying to, you know, the way that the inner circle of the thing rotates and stops on the symbols, but trying to make that with the piston feed tape, it was kind of messy. So, you know, a little bit of compromise is often good. So this is what we've gone for. terms of our portal. Now, down here, we have built ourselves up some technology, because of course the idea is that the Stargate is an object that is found, so maybe it was like in a canyon or a cavern somewhere, or it was lying on the ground, and we've come along, we've brought our big tech machines with our big grabber arms, we've used them to lift the portal up and hold it up while we built our stairs, built our technology onto it in order to use it. So we've got our left control turns it on, right control turns it off. This comparator does nothing apart from light up when you press the button for a cool little visual play feature. And what's great, because obviously I built this originally in creative when you can fly and float and stuff, here you can't see the water at all. So if you look very closely, you will not see a single bit of water appear in the bottom. So it's very, very seamless. I hope you like as well these little red grabber arms. If you look at a picture of the one in the film, obviously it's up against a wall, which is easier for height and stuff if you're thinking of building it yourself. But I wanted it to be freestanding in the world. So these red grabber arms in the film, they're kind of straight, flat things, and I've gone for this. I really like this shape, which is of course a reverse Pac-Man with a half normal Pac-Man on it there. For all you taking notes at home. Now, what's weird is obviously between the pincers is probably where it should actually be holding, but that doesn't quite work in Minecraft. So I've gone for this design instead, and I think it looks good. It looks like they're actually grasping onto this portal, holding it up. And gosh, we used a couple of these blocks, such expensive blocks, these lodestones, but I would like to use them in so many different things. Mojang are cruel. They make this and they make the netherite block gorgeous, and then they make them impossible to get en masse. But you know, that just makes them all the more special. So there is our wonderful, awesome Stargate. I will show you its bad side. That's the good side. The back side here, where we're hiding the nether stuff? No, not hiding nether stuff. Hiding redstone stuff. We have had to make it a bit chunkier here than it is at the front. So these are chunky pincers. They don't look quite as nice. They look okay. You probably won't really notice too much. But it obviously looks better from the front. So that's why I built it this way, because this will see much more than we will see it at the back. Now we've of course got to have to go through and make sure we have a Stargate on the other side as well. But before that, there's a lot of dark areas under here, and I don't want Mr. Creep to be coming in and ruining our redstone, ruining our build. So I'm going to crack on with some lighting up.
At last I can escape this island. Okay, forward makes a crafting table, and then a U-shape makes a boat. What's wrong? Why isn't this working? You can't make boats with nether wood? Oh, this broken game, it never makes any sense. How will I ever escape this island? If I swim, something kills me and I end up back here? Wait, I've got it. I'll dig a tunnel beneath the sea. Quiet, fool. I'll dig straight down if I want to. What then? Oh no! Oh! Shut up!
Right, the area is safely lit up. And if you remember at the start of the episode, we sort of lost McBacon in the Stargate, so let's fire it up and go find her. Not forgetting our traditional nether chant. Please not a basalt delta. Please not a basalt delta. Please. And it's a basalt delta. Wonderful. McBacon! Where are you? What are you doing up there? I just don't understand how that's even physically possible. Alright. Keep your trotters on. You head home. I'm right behind you. Obviously, we don't want our nether Stargate to be in a basalt delta, so let's grab the quartz and relocate this to the nether roof. And here we are, the Stargate nether side version. So exactly the same portal design, but obviously instead of being held up by the machines, here it's embedded in a nether themed scene, if you like. So we've got here our soul soil, soul sand, bit of magma in there, nether wart, some of these vines going in as well. We've got some crystals, which I think are pretty cool too, and I've also added in some dark oak around the bottom and some brown carpet to help just embed it into this bizarrely flat landscape that we see around us here. So I absolutely love this, and I seem to have got it perfectly spawn-proof too. Now, of course, we don't have the redstone functionality on this side to turn it on and off. It's just always on this side. And we couldn't do the water thing, of course, here either, because water can't be used in the nether, except in a cauldron. So it's just fine to have this one always on. Now you might be wondering what is some of this stuff behind here and along here. Well, I'm not going to show too much of that because we're going to find that out in a future episode. So make sure to come back and check that out too. But sadly, that's all the time we've got for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed our Stargate, and I've certainly enjoyed spending this time with you. And thanks a million for spending your time with me. So without further ado, let's get back to the overworld. Home sweet home. Hey McBacon, how you doing, buddy? Okay, it's time to say goodbye. It's the end of the episode. Okay, bye-bye everyone. Bye-bye. Hey, you want to head to the inn? Visit Mo? I would have thought the drinks would have been on you because I did just save you. Well, I suppose it was my fault, yes.
Oi, you! The chief wants to see you about a quest.
A quest? Ooh, that sounds exciting. Maybe a little bit scary.